Davis Arini. Mersh forgot the Lancer. There is no better car than the Mazda Miata. Can hook you up with a great deal on a used one.
Ooh,
Miata?
can you get me the MX-5 package? What?
The gayest car in America.
Dude, I knew a guy.
All right, folks, how we doing tonight? How are we doing? Somebody says, how much until you cash out the YouTube shekels? I'm not sure. Let me take a look. What it's not something I expect to happen anytime soon. So I haven't really been paying attention to it. After YouTube's cut, I will need over $75. I have in my AdSense account a magnificent $23.46. So it'll be a little bit of a while before that cashes out. I really haven't been paying attention to it. Streamlabs is preferred if you feel like donating, but you know, if any of you feel like trying to get the YouTube up there, I mean, that's fine too. I'm not going to tell you how you have to give me money. Streamlabs and PayPal are preferred, but whatever you do, you know. So he says, I'm glad I have something to listen to since ROTC is done. Oh, yeah, I guess Revenge of the Sith is still going on, aren't they? They run until 6. So I'd need around 150 to cash out. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But, let's see. Whatever. Yeah, I'm going up against ROTC. Actually, with my audience, there's probably a significant overlap. So, but it's still a few people listening here on a unplanned afternoon stream where I really don't have much to say. But just a few things I felt like talking about because I'm a big old fucking dork. And there's some dorky shit I felt like talking about. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll watch some more Cringe. Maybe we'll watch some more Davis. I don't know. Find something else, who knows. No ROTC today. I think they took the day off or something. That's weird. Didn't they, like, not go Monday? They're not streaming tonight or tomorrow. Well, they took time off, man. Yeah, I haven't been paying as much attention to them the last couple weeks. Just other shit been focusing on. Although I did watch them cover Owen Benjamin wanting to start a fucking so he finds a fucking compound out in the middle of the woods, a fucking campsite, and he's like, guys, we could totally buy this, and then my wife and I can live here, and we can have a comedy club, and some of you can work here. It's $1.5 million, guys. So I need $2 million. It's like that meme of the fucking, like the Jew where it's like the fucking happy merchant going like, you owe me $5. Don't think I've forgotten about my $10. You'll hear from my lawyer on this regarding this $20. Like, how do you go from 1.5 to 2? Are you just round it up? Just what's half a mil? Just round it up. And he's got it on a GoFundMe, and there's already like $17,000 or something that these idiots have thrown at him, and that's just his money. He doesn't have to do fucking shit. It's just his money. These dumb motherfuckers just giving it to him. Oh, man. He's milking them bare titties, pigs, till their milk's powder. No shit. Hey, just giving him money, too. Honestly, if you're still following Owen at this point, you fucking deserve what you get. There's no getting around that. You fucking deserve what you get. But I feel like talking about some happier shit. I feel like talking about some nerd shit right now. And maybe we'll do some cringe. Alright? Maybe we'll hear more of Davis Arini's brilliant analysis on superhero movies he's never seen. And only half skim the fucking plot synopsis on Wikipedia. Maybe we'll finish that up. We did a little bit of that this morning, if y'all didn't catch it. I was up this morning. I wasn't happy about it, but I was up a little after 7 this morning, which I know some of you are like, oh, get up and do it every day. Good for you. I'm happy for you. We'll throw a fucking parade for you. I do not, okay? I'm not usually asleep until 4. So 7 in the morning, it's a little early for me. It's like what 4 or 3 in the morning is to most people. Well, roofers came by today, and they finally did the fixing the roof that was supposed to get done the spring, but didn't get done. I'm glad it was today. I mean, I don't have to work today. You know what I mean? I don't have to do it. I don't have to do basically anything until like the 26th of July. I have nowhere to be until the 26th of July. I'm living the Davis Arini lifestyle until the 26th of July. Minus the excessive alcohol, minus the smoking, and minus huffing my own farts. Minus that though. But regarding the whole nowhere to be thing, yeah, I'm doing that now. I'm doing the neat lifestyle. Fucking nowhere to be. I do have shit I'm working on though. I do have a project I'm working on. It's a very hush hush project. There may or may not be something. I'd like to see if Terror House would pick up once I have stuff ready to send in. We'll see. Who knows? You know. So it's some gentle femdom erotica regarding Taylor Swift in the Pokemon universe adopting a Bulbasaur. It's going to be very tasteful. I think you're all going to like it. But we got some nerd shit I want to talk about. Let's see. Let's go to Windows Capture. Windows Capture up. And there we go. And we'll bring this window down a little bit to normal size. He says, I can't wait. I know it's going to be great. Very tasteful. Very tasteful. Can be some Vine whips involved. All right. So we got this article over on, apparently it's Games Radar. It's not a site I've fucking heard of, but whatever. Okay, so the article is entitled, Aliens and Predator are coming to Marvel Comics. AVP meets AVX, not so fast. Interestingly enough, Aliens vs. Predator was long published at Dark Horse. Most of the Fox properties are, which makes sense that they'll be moving to Marvel because, you know, Disney owns Marvel. Though in all fairness, a lot of Disney-owned shit is over at IDW. Kind of shows you the confidence Disney has in the Marvel publishing wing. Anyways, Aliens and Predator comics were long over at Dark Horse. And Aliens and crossovers have been a huge fucking part of Aliens and Predator comics throughout the years. They've crossed over with every fucking thing imaginable. Like Terminator, fucking Judge Dredd, stuff like Witchblade, Darkness, other Image characters like Wildcats and Spawn. I'm pretty sure Spawn. And DC Aliens and Predator crossovers out the ass. In fact, at least prior to Flashpoint and the New 52, Aliens and Predator crossovers at DC were actually fucking canon. Which is really rare to do with those sorts of crossovers unless it's like, you know, I traveled to their universe, like interdimensional shit. No, just Xenomorphs and Predators just exist in the DC universe. That's just fucking canon. Like, I remember there was like a Green Lantern Aliens miniseries where like events from that are then referenced in the fucking Green Lantern book, like the regular Green Lantern book after that. Similar stuff. There was like Justice League Predator. There was a bunch of like Batman Predator. There was some Batman aliens, Superman Predator, whatever. Virtually any fucking combination you think of. And in fact, in the Green Lantern story, the Sinestro War, you see like Sinestro's army of yellow ring wielding aliens, and in this big splash page of all these different guys, you actually see in the crowd a Xenomorph and a Predator drawn really, really small so they don't get fucking sued. So while you can't reference it by name, outside of the actual crossover books, they are canon. Or were, I should say. You know, DC's changed its canon a couple of times since then. But they were, at least. Which is kind of interesting side note. I think it's interesting. I don't know. I'm a fucking nerd. Whatever. Point is, I say all that to say, the odd thing is, there was never, as much as Aliens and Predator were crossover fucking sluts in comics, never hooked up with Marvel. You never had a Punisher versus Predator, or Moon Knight versus Predator, or Spider-Man versus Predator, or Daredevil versus Predator. Basically, any street level guy would have been cool against Predator. You never had, Fantastic Four versus aliens. You never had none of that shit. Interestingly enough, you do have the Brood in Marvel Comics, which is a alien species that is very xenomorph-like, very inspired by the xenomorphs. I say all that to say this. I was rather excited by this. Look, you say what you want about Marvel, but there's still good Marvel books being published. There's still good stuff going on at Marvel. And from what I heard, they got the Warhammer license. It doesn't look like they're going to fuck that up. They recently got back the rights to Conan, and they've actually done great fucking things with Conan. They actually brought Conan, Conan's another thing that was basically canon in Marvel. What do they call that? The Hyperion Age, or what the fuck was the name of Conan's land? Well, whatever. That ancient time that Conan lived in is actually part of Marvel history. In fact, Kulan Gath was routinely used in Marvel even after they lost the rights to Conan. Well, anyways, Conan has ended up in the present day somehow, and he's joined a team called the Savage Avengers, which is a lineup of Conan, Punisher, Elektra, Wolverine, Venom. Just a whole, I think Doctor Strange is in there. Just a whole bunch of fucking shit. It's a great book. God, there's an issue where Conan and Doctor Doom are basically having fucking lunch. They're basically Doctor Doom needs something from Conan, some magical bullshit amulet he has. So he's has Conan as a guest for dining and shit. And they're just, they sort of become buddies. They sort of respect each other. It's kind of interesting. They really are not fucking up Conan. They're really not fucking up Conan at all. So I think they might not fuck up Aliens and Predator. And what I actually saw the image here where we might get some Marvel crossover. So anyways, let's take a look at this article. Let's see what's going on. We'll learn this together. Marvel Comics has acquired the publishing license to create comic books based on 20th Century Studios' sci-fi horror franchise Aliens and Predator, which, I mean, is it even acquiring the rights at this point? Is it Disney just got back there? I mean, they're now all owned by the same parent company, which maybe that shouldn't be. That's a whole different topic. Marvel's parent company, the Walt Disney Company, recently purchased 20th Century Studios and many of its film assets, including venerable sci-fi horror franchise Aliens and Predator. Though the publishing licenses are new to Marvel Comics, comics based on Aliens and Predator have been published for decades, primarily through Dark Horse, who held the Aliens license since 1988 and Predator since 1989. Alongside the announcement, IGN premiered a pair of exclusive images of alien xenomorphs and Predator's titular alien hunter, both drawn by David Finch. David Finch is a fantastic artist, by the way. And here we have a picture. This is what caught my eye. We got Predator versus Avengers, I guess. They haven't announced the official projects. They just showed us the picture. So, and in all fairness, this could be some sort of stupid fucking alternate cover to Predator #1, and we don't actually get a fucking crossover. That would be fucking gay. I hope they're not doing that. But they do stupid fucking alternate covers like that got nothing to do with what's going on in the book all the time. I think they did that with Conan, where it was we got the Conan rights back. So every Marvel comic had a fucking alternate cover with Conan hanging out with that hero. And it's how many people got tricked into buying that comic because they're why is Conan hanging out with the Fantastic Four? That's fucking cool. It's you pick it up. There's nothing like that in there. It's fucking gay when they do that. It's fucking shady is what it is. Aliens and Predator are two of the most identifiable, iconic characters of all time, and I love them for that, Finch tells IGN. I mostly it's being fortunate enough to be a kid when they were new. I've seen every movie they were in, and I cannot wait to see them wreak havoc in the Marvel Universe. Maybe I guess they're going to do this. I drew my picture of them with a massive smile on my face. Eagle-eyed fans will notice the Predator perch on what appears to be Avengers Tower, implying the franchise could cross into the larger Marvel Universe, as Conan has been since Marvel reacquired his license in 2019. However, IGN states this is simply marketing image, not meant to indicate a crossover. Marvel similarly featured Conan with Marvel Heroes when it was announced license. However, in that case, Conan ultimately did cross over with Marvel superheroes. It's nothing more. What's going on with the alien image? Let's see. No Marvel stuff in it. Yeah. Good looking alien though. Let's see. I can clearly remember when I saw each of these modern masterpieces for the first time and revealing how masterfully weave extraterrestrial dread and drama into some of the most iconic scenes we've seen on film. Yeah. Marvel states it would begin publishing comics based on Alien and Predator in 2021, including new original series as well as reprints and collection of previously published comics from the franchises. No creative teams or specific titles are included in the announcement. So I would say this: if you're interested in any of the Dark Horse Aliens comics, like getting trade paperbacks of it, I would say scoop that shit up now, because it's going to go out of print for at least a while. You know, Marvel may end up reprinting them later. Who knows? But at least for a while, some of that shit's going to go out of print. And a lot of the crossovers are going to go out of print, assuming they're still in print in some sort of form. A lot of that shit's going to go out of print. I kind of want to pick up Dark Horse recently did an Alien 3, like the original script. They did a comic based on the original script. I wouldn't mind checking that out. So I'm probably going to scoop that up at some point, just because, you know, it's going to go out of print, and who the fuck knows how long. Let's see. People in the chat are bullshitting about an Aqua Teen Hunger Force Marvel crossover. Real quick, I'll check the chat for a minute here. Davis should live on that compound. Maybe. Taylor Swift femdoms back off into becoming a liberal. I mean, whatever. If I could live in her mansion, fine. At this point, who cares? I don't even give much of a shit about politics at this point. Whatever, sweetie. Sure. Whatever. Yeah, Orange Man bad. Sure thing, babe. Let's see. All right, so caught up on the chat here. Let's talk about some more bullshit, some more nerd bullshit, shall we? All right. Boom. So this is off of Cybertron.com, which is a Transformers nerd site. Transformers X Back to the Future Gigawatt and crossover comic reveal. So, via Mashable, we see the first images of Transformers collaborative Back to the Future crossover toy Gigawatt. Gigawatt looks to share many parts and similar engineering to the War of Cybertron molding. However, here we go. So basically, you got an action figure here of the DeLorean turning into a fucking Transformer. It's cool as shit. They did one of these for Ghostbusters, by the way. Let me bring that up. Ecto-1 turned into a... And then they did a crossover comic based off of it over at IDW, which took place in the canon of the Ghostbusters comic, and it was basically like, in that universe, the Transformers world was destroyed by Gozer before they ever got to Earth. It's a decent little fun crossover. So we got this Back to the Future one, and looks pretty cool. And then apparently we got a crossover comic that's coming too, 4 issues. They haven't even announced a date on that, but I think it looks cool. I'm interested in it, buddy. I'm not that big of a Back to the Future fan. I like the movies, but it's not like Ghostbusters or something where I geek the fuck about it. That said, though, I'll pick up this comic. Sounds fun. And a buddy of mine's a huge Back to the Future nerd, and he loves the IDW Back to the Future shit. So it's just some fun shit, you know. I like the flux capacitor in his chest. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I think it looks cool. I'm not quite as excited about that as I am with the prospect of Marvel versus Alien and Predator comics, but yeah, I'm excited. So, in fact, you know what? I'll go ahead and say it because he doesn't listen to my show. I'm going to try and get my hands on this fucking toy because my best friend in the world is fucking Back to the Future nerd like you wouldn't believe. And I'm going to try and get my hands on this fucker for Christmas for him. rumor has it someone might be getting me the Transformers Ecto 1 for Christmas this year. Rumor has it. Rumor has it. Actually, the reason I know that is because I was actually at a comic book store with my with the old man, and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, it's kind of pricey though. I don't know if I can. And I was a little tight that month. I was like, I don't know if I could swing it. And I basically saw him like wandered around in the store afterwards, and I'm pretty sure he scooped it up for me. Again, you know, him and I, we shop early for each other. And he's always been bad at hiding that. But I'm going to pretend like I'm surprised. Or maybe he won't, didn't get a fucking gift for me. I'll be a little surprised that way. But no, I want to find this from a buddy. And again, he doesn't listen to my show, so I'm going to go ahead and fucking just say that. I'm not sure if I'm going to find it, though. It's saying something like, be made available August 4th through Hasbro Plus, or Hasbro Pulse, and other specified retail channels. And it doesn't say when you can pre-order it. So, I don't know, man. I got some buddies that work in comic book stores. I'm trying to get, trying to put some feelers out, see what I got to do to make that happen. But I'm going to try and make that happen. But yeah, fun stuff. Somebody in the chat says Cyberpunk 2077 is literally the only thing I'm looking forward to this year, even more so than my birthday or any holiday. I'm not sure when that's coming out. I don't really think there's any games coming out this year I'm excited for. I mean, I want to get Breath of the Wild 2 when it comes out, but I'm sure that's not coming out this year. I didn't think it was going to come out. I wasn't sure it was going to come out this year, even without the without all the fucking delays caused by the fucking coof. But yeah, I don't think now it's going to come out this year. I thought maybe they'd shoot for a holiday this year, but I fucking doubt it. That said, though, Nintendo is like the fucking masters of left field announcements. So you never know. It might be like fucking October, and they're like, yeah, guess what's coming out for Christmas? No. Somebody says, is there a Transformers Dukes of Hazzard crossover? You know, if everybody wasn't so fucking uptight about that shit now, a fucking General Lee that turns into a Transformer would be a fucking cool thing to have. I mean, I get that that's not a thing they'll do now, but... You know, they did a Transformers Star Trek crossover comic. I wonder if they ever made, like, a toy of an Enterprise that turns into a Transformer. I remember they did, like... Years ago, they did, like, a Millennium Falcon... And, like, you split it in half, and then each half turned into a Transformer that kind of looked like Chewie and Han, respectively. But I'm not even sure if that was officially a Transformer. Or, you know, maybe it was a GoBot license. Who knows? But that might not even be an official Transformers license thing. I don't know. I only sort of vaguely remember it. I never really gave much of a shit about Star Wars, so. I was never even that big of a Transformers fan as a kid. I respect Transformers. I mean, I enjoy it. I've watched some of the original cartoon. I watched the first couple of Michael Bay movies even. Like, I can respect Transformers. And I've read a few comics, mostly the crossover shit with various stuff. But I've read some of the comics. I've read, like, how the original Marvel series ended, that kind of stuff. A good amount of the original Marvel series. But I was never a huge Transformers fan as a kid. I mean, I never gave a shit about Star Wars. I was more into G.I. Joe as a kid. Just because I never even had any of the toys, but I liked the cartoon. Since they're doing movie franchises, I want a Jurassic Park Ford Explorer that turns into a robotic Tyrannosaurus. That would be cool. Remember the robot what were the robot Transformers called? I want to say Dinobots. Maybe that wasn't right, but there was like Grimlock was the Transformer that turned into a T-Rex. I think there was a Transformer that turned into a Triceratops. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Not a big Transformers lore guy. Like, I know the basic characters, you know. I know fucking Megatron and Starscream and fucking Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and shit like that. But a lot of them I couldn't even tell you the names. I mean, everybody knows Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime, stand up, motherfucker. You know. Everybody shed a little tear when Optimus Prime died. Is there a new Switch coming? Well, they got the, I guess the Mini or the Lite or whatever they call. I don't know if there's a Pro model coming. I doubt it. But then again, I doubted the Lite one, so who knows? Who the fuck? Nobody knows what Nintendo's doing until they announce it. Like, that's just Nintendo. So he says, I know Grimlock was a T-Rex. I don't know about the other ones. Yeah, and Grimlock was retarded, wasn't he? Like, I'm not even, like, didn't he talk like me, Grimlock? Like, I guess they were trying to make him sound like a caveman or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Not a huge Transformer guy. Couldn't tell you. Pastor Tom's a big Transformers fan. Just get him on here sometime. Have him spurg out about fucking Transformers. See. November 19th apparently is Cyberpunk 77. Checking the chat here. We're all caught up. But yeah, that's some nerd shit I'm excited for. The Ghostbusters Transformers was pretty good. But in all fairness, basically all of the Ghostbusters IDW shit's been solid. They just wrapped up the Ghostbusters Year 1 mini. And it takes place like right after... It's like right after the events of Ghostbusters 1. There's this reporter that's like interviewing all of them for like a book on it. And you just get like some kind of untold tales taking place around the time of Ghostbusters 1. Interesting stuff. Like I said, the IDW Ghostbusters comic is fucking amazing. Oh. I don't know. I guess we could fucking do some... I don't know. Does anybody want to do some Marini cringe? I don't know if I really want to do 2 in a day. He's a bit much. You know, he's so big brain. Sometimes you gotta let those big ideas he drops digest. The new woke series. We'll have they'll have woke Transformers now. fucking Transformers that are gay or something. Optimus Prime will be getting it in the butt, or I'm sorry, the tailpipe. I guess. I don't know how that would work with robots. I never really like. Did they ever explain? Like, who the fuck built the Transformers? They're just robots. How did they evolve? Like, what did somebody spill some nanites on a fucking planet? And like single-celled organisms eventually they evolved into the Transformers. How the fuck did that work? I'm sure there's all sorts of deep lore explanations. Like when you really dive into the franchise, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what the explanation for that is. Some fucking nanites get spilled in a pond on some dead world, and then the world's got a lot of like natural carbon and silicon and metals in the soil, so the nanites just have at it. They evolve. That's not a bad sci-fi premise, actually. Nanites eventually evolve into sentient fucking artificial life. Well, fuck it. I just felt like talking about some nerd shit. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up. The Sigma Supreme is a Transformer. That's right. We need I don't know what would the Arini Transformer vehicle form be? I don't know. A Mazda Miata. It's a Mazda Miata that turns into a Robo Arini. Oh, that's fantastic. That's action figure of the year. Somebody says, sadly, there's plenty of Transformers hentai. Don't ask how I know that. Lots of motor oil everywhere. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. But I think we're going to wrap this up. I just felt like talking about some nerd shit. You know, we talk about a lot of cringe on here. We talk about bad news in the news. And I just thought, hey, look, I saw these articles of stuff coming out that looks like it'd be fun. You know, not enough fun in the world. So, fuck it. That's about it. That's all we're going to do. That's all we got tonight. Thank you all for listening. Beckloff out.